I was at a restaurant when I spotted a couple 2 tables over with a little boy talking in code. The guitar's getting picked up Thursday, same shop as February. My blood froze. This couldn't be, I thought. Surely not. I looked closer. The boy was maybe 6, sitting completely still, hands flat on the table, eyes on his plate. He hadn't touched his food. The man checked his phone again, said something to the woman. I'm deaf. I can't hear anything. So I pretended to just look around when in reality I was trying to lip read. The woman nodded. How much are we getting this time? 12, mint condition, never been played. I stopped chewing mid-bite. Mint condition, never been played. No, please no. I glanced at the boy again. He still hadn't moved. The woman pulled out her phone and scrolled through something. The collector confirmed. Says he wants young strings, 6 at most. The man smiled. Perfect. This one's unplayed. Not a scratch. My fork slipped out of my hand and hit the plate. The woman reached over and adjusted the boy's collar, straightened his shirt. Then she leaned back and said, beautiful specimen. The new owner's going to be very happy. My world stopped. When I was 8 years old, I sat at a table exactly like that boy. Hands flat, eyes down. You see, I was a foster kid to a couple who took me in. I thought they were my new family. Then one night I saw them talking from the hallway. They didn't realize I could lip read. The piano is getting delivered Friday to the collector. Small keys, 8 of them. Mint condition. Hasn't been tuned. 3 days later, a man showed up at the house. They told me to go with him. I didn't understand what was happening until his car was already on the highway. I was sold to him. I escaped 8 years later at 16, but I never forgot those words. Piano, collector, mint condition, never been played. And this couple was using all of them. About a 6-year-old boy who wouldn't lift his eyes from the table. I grabbed a napkin. My hands were shaking, but I wrote what I saw. Every word. I wrote down my story. What happened to me. What those words really mean. I also wrote that I had no proof. That maybe they actually were talking about guitars and I could be insane. That I might actually be about to destroy innocent people because of my own unresolved trauma. But I couldn't risk being wrong. I flagged down a waitress and watched her come over. Sweat was practically beading down my forehead. I showed her that I couldn't hear anything. Then I handed her the napkin where I'd written everything. I don't know what I wanted her to do. I just needed to tell someone. She read it once, then again. She looked up at me, then over at the couple, then back towards me. Her face was unreadable. All I know is she took the napkin and walked to the back without a word. I felt a dread in my stomach. Did she believe me? What was she about to do? I proceeded to watch the couple nervously. The boy was still a statue. The man and woman glanced around occasionally. We even made eye contact at one point. The man's eyes narrowed in on me before smiling and pulling out his phone. That's when the waitress came back out. She started walking over to me. Then last second, she made a beeline to their table. Big smile on her face. She leaned in and with a smile whispered something to the man. I don't know what. His face flickered though. He checked his phone, said something back, then pulled cash from his wallet and dropped it on the table. They stood up fast. The woman grabbed the boy's arm, and they walked out with him. My legs were shaking under the table. The waitress looked at me from across the room.